Okay, so by now, hopefully you remember numbers 1 through 10 in French. Just to review, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And we also learned 0. We're going to continue to count a little bit higher from 11 to 60, technically all the way to 69. And the only reason we're not going to learn 70 and up right now is that they get weird. And let's not. Let's not. It's best to just start with the ones that we're used to. Once we learn 70 and up, there's some weird math stuff that the French language does. You may have seen memes about it before or heard, but it's weird. So for now, let's stick with counting up just a little bit more. This series of numbers, 11 through 16, they all have the letter Z in them. They all end in a Z sound. So before we look at them, let's hear them. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Say them with me. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So they sound kind of like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, but with a Z on the end instead. 11, 11, 12, 12, 13, 13. 13 works too if the R sound is hard. 14, 14. Literally in my brain that sounds like cat tours, like taking a tour of cats, which would be a dream. 14. Come on and let's look at cats. Okay. 15, 15. I think of like soda cans, if that helps. 15, 16. Now, it doesn't look like how it sounds. Says. Think of Simon Says. Okay, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. These numbers will return when we learn 70 and up. They'll be back. So if you think, I really don't need to learn these because they're only used once, false. They will be back. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Notice these two rhyme. 13, 16. Then the French decide to count randomly, and they go 17, 17. Yeah, sure, 10, 7. Instead of coming up with their own Z ending word, they just start counting 10, 7. They just start doing math out of nowhere. So you can guess what 18 is? 18. 18, 10, 8. Yeah, sure. 19, 19, 10, 9. Now that does not mean, let me go back. You can't just make up numbers now just because French is weird. You can't start saying 12, 13, 14. Those numbers do not exist, my friend. You have to come up with these for 11 through 16. But then this is 17, 18, 19. Just because it gets worse in the 70s, I promise. Number 20, last but not least on this group, is 20. 20. That is a nasal I sound, and then we don't hear the GT. 20. 20. As far as spelling, people mix the G and the N up a lot. Just see the ING in the middle. Ing. Okay, 17, 18, 19, 20. Here we go. Say them after me. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I suggest pausing and practicing this a little bit before we go on. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. After that, it's not so bad. For 21, they throw the word and in the middle just for fun because you thought you were getting the hang of it. You weren't. So for 21, 31, 41, 91, we have the word and in the middle, which is a. ET is pronounced a. And the T on 20 will get heard a little bit more. This is 21. 21 is 20 and 1. 21. After that, smooth sailing. 22, 23, 24, 25. That's not so bad. So we say 22, 23, 24, 25. There is a hyphen in these numbers. There's no hyphen in 21. 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. So it's 26. 26, 27. 28, sorry, 27, 28, 28, I got it. 29, 29. Here they are one last time. 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. And then one thing to point out, we learned that 21 was 21. But remember how if you're counting and they're feminine things like tomatoes, you'd say 1, 2, 3, 4. Same thing with if you have 21 or 31 or 41 or 81 of something feminine. Like this word femme means women, femme. So if I have 21 women that I'm showing you a photo of, this is 21 femmes. If I have 21 people in the room, 21 personnes. If I have 21 apples, 21 pommes. So un will change to une. 21 will change to 21 if you are only counting feminine things. Now, if it's a mixed gender group, masculine's fine. So here are our numbers 0 through 30, and then we're going to keep going just a little bit. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I know I'm going fast. Pause this at any time or slow it down. Your goal is to be able to count this fast. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Here's our 30. So let's keep going. 20 was 20. 30 is 30. 30. 30 if you want. 30. 40. 40. QU makes a K sound in French. 40. I had a student once who said that this sounds like aunt and like care. So like picture your favorite aunt who really cares about you. They're your care aunt. They're your 40. Yeah, if it works. 40. 50. Now picture that aunt sank. She was in that Titanic picture from the other video. 50. Sorry, she sank. 50. And then 60 is soixante. Soixante. Remember OI goes wa. Soixante. So here are big numbers we need to learn. 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. And then you just add to them. I didn't make extra pages of all these numbers, but you'd say 31, 30 and 1, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, etc. 51, 52, 61, 62. So if I were going all the way up to 69, 67, 68, 69. And then numbers get weird, so we're going to pause there. They get weirder. So look at these examples. 28, 28. We're just going to start putting things together that we know. 36, 36. 45, 45. 51, 51, unless I'm counting feminine things, then it's 51. 63, 63. So these are just examples of how you start putting together the numbers that you are working on, that you already know. I'm going to pause it right there. We're going to practice with these numbers 0 to 69. And the best thing you can do is practice, practice, practice. I want you to have these numbers down. Au revoir. Ciao.